Now, we all already have the basics down. Our simple needs are self-titled bare necessities. They all simply revolve around emptiness, empty space, just like the holes in our body. Put things in your mouth hole, and that is energy production. Put your thing in another hole, and that is reproduction. Get any new holes in your body, however, and you might have a problem. You might, because chances are you don't want a new hole punch in your body. Yet, look at each other's ears. It's very likely that some of your ears have holes in them, plugged with shiny rocks. And as crazy and taboo as that sounds, that's simply the concept of an earring. Something that was strange, almost ritualistic when literally described, is a commonplace fashion in our modern society. All because of some primordial caveman who risked tetanus in the name of high fashion. And now, new fashions are also being created. For example, scarification. What it comes down to is a simple, three-dimensional tattoo. Yet the artistry of the complete product can often start off looking something like this. There must always be the initial sacrifice to take the risk of being ostracized, to achieve, to call upon the inner courage intrinsic in yourself to delve into the wilderness of success. What was once taboo has paved the common path that we walk on today as cosmopolitans. And Ralph Emerson himself doted, "Always do what you are afraid to do." But what stops us from achieving greatness? To cut trail out of the wilderness of our minds. We as humans often find ourselves locked inside the cage of our own power. We constrict our power and our ability to not only be the instruments of change, but the motivators of success. We overplay the risk that will always be present to outscale the aggregate reward. Because we fear we will not be up to par, we choose to settle. We lie to ourselves and say that we are content because we have it falsely ingrained that we can't get that promotion, can't get in shape, can't get into Harvard. But it is up to us to say that not only that we could, but that we will. Because there is neither passion nor energy to be found playing in the little leagues and settling for a life that we know is not the best one we can achieve. Yet we still fear that we lack in some arbitrary trait that we somehow desperately need. 3 years ago, for me, that arbitrary trait was the ability to swim. For me, there was no class, AP or otherwise, more difficult than boys' water polo. The first day I went to water polo practice, I could not swim half a lap. And now, 3 years later, in this previous fall season, the kid who couldn't swim half a lap wrestled the ball, bigger than his head, from a varsity player twice his size, and scored a half-court shot to the cheers of his teammates. Now, in the words of the philosopher Confucius, failure begets victory. By the way, I can swim now. We fear that we cannot do enough, and that stops us from doing anything at all. But we can do a lot, according to the concept of chaos theory. Essentially, this is the movie The Butterfly Effect. Every action we do sets off a cascade of dominoes, such as an ancient butterfly's wings being able to displace the air that causes Hurricane Katrina. Chances are, this TEDx event could delay your trips back home long enough so that you are in line for the winning lottery ticket. Or in a car crash on the way there. No one really knows. And that is okay. Nobody really knows, and we must learn how to deal with that, because each one of you has the capability to cause significant change in your own lives, for good or for bad, and that choice is yours alone. The fear of failure often overtakes our own ambitions for greatness, which is why we gravitate on being mundane, on being normal. Yet we have the capability to define our past. It is not set in stone until we make that choice. In our society, we can do anything from selling crystal meth on eBay to buying flowers for our mother. We can make each other's days with simple words such as, "I appreciate you." We have the power not only to create buildings that pierce the heavens, but to create happiness in each other. We have the power to change that which is around us, but also what is inside of us. Who are we not to be who we want to be? We think that we are not adventurous enough, optimistic enough, or outgoing enough. But on the inside, we all fight these demons. But in reality, they all only exist inside of you. None of you currently holds a sign that says to me, I'm shy, I'm inadequate, I'm gifted, or etc. Every problem, be it in the world around us or inside of us, requires work to solve. And a winner is a dreamer who never gives up. Nelson Mandela. Every problem we have is finite, because how can a problem exist without a corresponding solution? Life is not fair, and so we must persist, as who won the race, the tortoise or the hare? Life tends to hit you hard where you are the weakest, but it ain't about how hard you hit, it's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. How much you can take and keep moving forward, because that is how winning is done. You gotta be willing to take the hits, not pointing fingers at you or you, saying that you aren't what you want to be because of other people. There are those with talent, but no drive to use it. There are geniuses with immense ability, yet simply choose to eat the low-hanging fruits in life because it comes easy to them. And there are those with the knowledge to act, but keep it to themselves. And those people are cowards, afraid to act on their own gifts, too complacent to reach for the stars. More importantly, those people are not you, not if you wish to be. We can be courageous beyond measure, with legs to take us anywhere and arms to do anything once we arrive. But in the end, all that you can tell stories about in your old age, or for some of you, your current age, is what you have done to reach your goals in life. Failure is one of the steps in there, because do or do not, there is no try. With determination and will comes a way. Look into the gaping maws of fear and dive right in to reach your goals. Tackle the monsters of the world around you and inside of you with everything you got, and they will give. We all have our own potential energy to dream, but we must choose to turn it into the kinetic energy of action. The only thing that will persist is our own persistence. Now that things are winding to a close, I would like to share with you one final story. Once upon a time, there was a young boy with a speech impediment, a debilitating stutter. In 4th grade, while presenting a project on the Wild West, all he could mutter in front of his peers was, "Hi, my name is David Jin." In 6th grade, the school psychologist pulled him out of class to deduce if his stuttering was the result of abuse, because to them, that was the only logical reason as to how it could get to that point. In 8th grade, he applied to be the drum major of the school band, but could not manage to bark out a single order, no matter how well he could play the saxophone. Yet when he moved to La Cañada, he made the most crucial decision of his life: to change who he is to who he wanted to be. He spent countless hours listening to the great oratory of Martin Luther King and rewatching and watching again the King's speech. In 10th grade, he joined the school speech and debate team. And this year, he went on to go undefeated in Lincoln Douglas debate and received 1st place in international extemporaneous speaking. He gave an hour-long workshop on public speaking to key clubbers who had the same problem he used to have. And now, this young kid finishes one more chapter of his story. Thank you.